preserving our heritage through music, language, and culture. Exceptionally educational and entertaining. We are Notes of Slovakia online radio show.
With your host, Mike Vojtila of Cleveland, Ohio, USA, and
Slavomír Vojtila zo Slovenska.
We present for you Slovak music, polka, folk, pop from the past, present, and everything in between. We have 3 great features in every show.
Learning Slovak language, Slovak Spotlight, Past and Present Day Slovakia.
3 skvelé výhody, ktoré získate počúvaním tejto relácie. Naučite sa slovenský jazyk, vyzdvihnete svoju slovenskú osobnosť a dozviete sa o histórii a súčasnosti Slovenska.
You can tune us in right here on notesofslovakia.com, our YouTube channel, and on 247polkaheaven.com. If you like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Notes of Slovakia. Stay tuned for an action-packed Notes of Slovakia show.
welcome to the show today. This is Mike Vojtila. Let's begin our show as we always do with our Slovak sampler, a Slovak polka, Slovak folklore number, and a pop song from Slovakia. First, our polka, Charlie Dvorak from Omaha, Nebraska, one called In a Bohemian Town.
V bohémskom meste polka.
Trenčín is a city in western Slovakia of the central Va River Valley near the Czech border, around 120 kilometers or 75 miles from Bratislava. We're going to hear the folklore group right now, Druba Trenčín, and a nice one called I Was Staying on Our Main Door.
Stará slovenská ľudová pieseň od Družba Trenčín.
A každému daru
Turn the radio on in 2018 in Slovakia. It's an a cappella group.
Sima Martausová and For You, nenahraditeľná.
Enjoy.
Upleť mi s kvetou korunu snov, obím ma, nech viem, že som ti tou hodnou toho, nech ma vyslyšíš. Nechaj sa uprosiť, veď ma máš rád, nenechaj klopať ma zás ďalší krát, viem len, že vyzeráš, že teraz spíš. Uprostred búrok a tmy daj vedieť, že stále si. Obleč ma do nového kroja, veď som žena hodná boja. Uprostred predstáv a snov dávaj len vedieť, že som nenahraditeľná. Mojím svetlom, keď kráčam tmou, obím ma, nech viem, že som ti tou hodnou toho, nech ma nenecháš. Zabojuj o mňa, keď sa strácam, po tvojom boku neviem báť sa, miluj ma dokopy a predsa zvlášť. Uprostred búrok a tmy daj vedieť, že stále si. Obleč ma do nového kroja, veď som žena hodná boja. Uprostred predstáv a snov dávaj len vedieť, že som nenahraditeľná. Uprostred búrok a tmy daj vedieť, že stále si. Obleč ma do nového kroja, veď som žena hodná boja. Uprostred predstáv a snov dávaj len vedieť, že som nenahraditeľná. Obleč ma do nového kroja, veď som žena hodná boja. Uprostred predstáv a snov dávaj len vedieť, že som nenahraditeľná.
Our first feature, Learning Slovak Language.
Hello, nazdar, ahoj. I'm Slavomir Vojtila and I will accompany you through the Slovak language course. I really hope you enjoy our show, Noc o Slovakia, full of music and positive mood. Welcome to our language window, where I will introduce you a few Slovak words and phrases. When you will visit Slovakia and you will want to buy some food in the shop, you will need to know some very common phrases. For example, basket, nákupný košík, or simply košík. Košík. To buy, kúpiť, kúpiť. Shopping, nakupovanie, nakupovanie. Purchase, nákup, nákup. Names of food, milk, mlieko, mlieko. Bread, chlieb, chlieb. Bakery, pekáreň, pekáreň. Meat, meso, meso. And very important, beer, pivo, pivo. And wine, víno, víno. Please, where I can find the canned food department? Prosím, kde nájdem oddelenie s konzervami? Prosím, kde nájdem oddelenie s konzervami? Use by, spotrebujte do. Spotrebujte do. I would like that piece of cheese. Chcel by som tento kúsok syra. Chcel by som tento kúsok syra. I would like half of bread. Chcel by som pol chleba. Chcel by som pol chleba. In Slovakia, we use the kilogram, not pound, for definition of weight. The shortcut of kilogram is simply kilo. 1 kilo. 1 pound is 0.45 kilograms. Briefly, 1 kilo is circa 2 pounds. But in the shop, especially in the butchery, we use in common language the word deka. Deka is shortcut for decagram. 10 deka is 1 kilo. For example, please, I want 20 deka of ham. Prosím si 20 deka šunky. Prosím si 20 deka šunky. Yes, ham is šunka. Šunka. But if you want to buy half of kilo pork meat, you use the phrase prosím si pol kila bravčového. Prosím si pol kila bravčového. Pork meat is bravčové or bravčové meso. Beef is hovädzie meso or shortly hovedzina. Hovedzina. Half of kilo is pol kila. Pol kila. 1 kilo is 1 kilo. 2 kilos, 2 kila, 2 kila. And 5 and more kilos is 5 alebo viac kýl. SC 1 kilo, 1 kilo. 2 kilos, 2 kila. 5 or more, 5 kýl. 6 kýl, 10 kýl. Kilo, kila, kýl. Declination. When you want to pay for your purchase, you need to know where is checkout, pokladňa, pokladňa, and you need to be very careful. In Slovakia we still use cash, and in lot of local shops you can't pay by card. You need to ask for using card in advance. May I pay by card? Môžem platiť kartou? Môžem platiť kartou? And cash only? Platba len v hotovosti. Platba len v hotovosti. Or shortly, iba hotovosť. Iba hotovosť. I believe this lesson was very informative to you, so be in touch with our show Noc of Slovakia, and don't hesitate to write us a message when you will have any questions, comments or ideas, what you would to know or hear in our next show. Me and Mike will be very appreciated to reply you. Počúvate Hlasy Slovenska na nocofslovakia.com.
Let's move on musically right now. How about another polka? Edward and Joseph Tomes Band, going back to 1968.
V lesíčku.
In the Forest Polka. Enjoy. You are listening to Notes of Slovakia right here on notesofslovakia.com, on our YouTube channel, and 24/7 polkaheaven.com, the world's polka network. Let's move on with a nice folklore number. Slavo, what are we going to hear from Western Slovakia?
Folklórny súbor Železiar, Starobabská.
Our second feature, Slovak Spotlight.
Dobrý den, greetings. I am Dr. Michael Kopanik, or Kopanich in Slovak, and I will be speaking on this short segment of Slovak Spotlight. I'm a history professor and teach at the University of Maryland Global Campus. Today I will be presenting a talk about the Slovak Catholic Sokol. The Slovak Catholic Sokol is a non-profit athletic fraternal benefit society that offers its members opportunities for participating in athletic events, and it promotes Slovak culture and the Catholic religion. It supports religious institutions and local churches through activities and generous grants. The SCS also offers scholarships for members attending any college or university, as well as parochial secondary and elementary schools. Founded on July 4th, 1905, the Slovak Catholic Sokol has two slogans, Za Boha a národ, for God and nation, and its other is a sound mind in a sound body. The Slovak Catholic Sokol boasts a rich history of faith, heritage, and patriotic duty. Details of its mission are available on its website. The Slovak Catholic Sokol also offers reasonably priced life insurance as well as IRAs and annuities. It has over $228 million of insurance in force and assets of over $84 million. The organization operates on a lodge system and is licensed in 10 states. Its main office is in Passaic, New Jersey. It publishes a monthly paper, the Slovak Catholic Falcon, Slovenský katolícky Sokol. It's mainly in English, but it has sections also in the Slovak language. It keeps you up to date on Slovak happenings and events in the USA and Canada, as well as in Slovakia. You may download a copy of the newspaper online at its website. On August 3rd to 6th, 2019, I attended the 33rd Quadrennial Convention of the Slovak Catholic Sokol in Cleveland, Ohio. The convention overviews the state of the fraternal organization and conducts an election of its officers every 4 years. I served as a delegate from Group 9 from the Johnstown, Pennsylvania area. I thought this would be an ideal time to present some background information about the Slovak Catholic Sokol. History. In the middle of the 19th century, the Sokol movement arose among minority nationalities in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Focusing on gymnastic and athletic, Sokols fostered the idea of building character through physical training. They drew inspiration from the physical education of athletes and warriors from ancient Greece, but also from German nationalistic societies called Turnverein that started in the early 19th century. Founded in 1811 by Father Jan, the German organizations were a reaction to the Napoleonic invasions of their countries. In turn, they also influenced the subsequent founding of Sokols. The word Sokol means falcon, and the valiant bird symbolized what the movement sought to promote: physical strength, moral integrity, and national consciousness, especially among the youth. The organization sought to prepare youth to play a constructive role in society and at the same time nurture a love of one's nationality. A Czech trainer and later a professor of art history, Miroslav Tirš, founded the first Czech Sokol in Prague in 1862 after Germans had refused admission to their club. Tirš worked as a gymnastics trainer and combined his nationalist ideology in establishing the first Sokol club in Prague. It successfully expanded then to Moravia and then the Slovene regions of the Austrian Empire, but the Hungarian authorities prohibited Sokols in Slovakia. Tirš developed Czech terms for training exercises such as marching drills, fencing, and weightlifting. Each member wore a uniform that blended Slavic and revolutionary themes, influenced especially by the recent revolution of 1848. They wore brown Russian trousers, a Polish revolutionary jacket, a Montenegrin cap, and a red Garibaldi shirt. Garibaldi was an Italian revolutionary. The Sokol flag consisted of a red with a white falcon. In 1882, the Czech Sokol held its first slet. The word slet, S-L-E-T, derives from the Czech word for flocking of birds. The slet is a massive gymnastic festival that turned into a Sokol tradition. Sokol spread across Central Europe and into even the Ukraine. Slets included elaborate welcoming ceremonies at the train stations when they first started happening, mass demonstration, gymnastic competitions, track and field competitions, speeches, and even theatrical events. Austrian officials permitted the Sokol clubs to unite in 1887, and the clubs centralized throughout the Czech lands. They made a splash on the world stage in 1889 when members of the Prague Sokol attended the World's Fair in Paris and won several medals. This impacted relations with the French and would prepare the ground for later Czech alliances with the French. Sokols continued to expand and held an all-Sokol event in 1912 that drew 30,000 participants. Predictably, Austro-Hungarian authorities banned the movement in World War I as too nationalistic. But as the war ended, Sokol members assisted in forming the Czechoslovak legions, those legions fighting for Czechoslovak independence, and they also assisted the local patrols to keep order as the empire crumbled. Sokols would re-emerge even stronger after the war in a free Czechoslovakia. One must remember that the Slovaks in Hungary never had a Sokol movement in Hungary before 1918. Hungarian authorities barred the formation of any societies which they deemed as pan-Slavic and threatening to Magyar nationalism. Thus, the Slovak Sokol movement would emerge first in the USA, where Slovaks could freely assemble. Sokols in America. During the 19th century, many Slavic peoples emigrated to the United States, and the idea of the Sokol movement found fertile ground in their new country. As early as 1865, the Czechs founded the first Sokol organization in the new country in St. Louis, Missouri. Slovaks immigrated to America in increasingly large numbers after 1880, a little later than the Czechs first started coming here, and they sought to flee rural poverty and start a new life. They worked in the mines, steel mills, and other industrial enterprise. enterprises. They were free in the New World to establish their own fraternal societies. Initially founded as an offshoot of a Czech organization in Chicago, the first Slovak Sokol welcomed Slovaks of all religions. Other Slovak Sokol groups then formed in New York and then in Bridgeport, Connecticut. The latter two united to establish the Slovak Gymnastic Union Sokol and published a monthly paper, Slovenský Sokol, later renamed the Sokol Times. But the Chicago Sokol, the original one, refused to join a central organization because of the insurance program which the latter had. Distrustful of secular influences in the Sokol, Catholic Sokols, who were a majority in Passaic, New Jersey, sought to have a religious component in their organization. On July 4th, 1905, they split from the sectarian Sokol in protest against anti-clerical freethinkers. And many Czechs were freethinkers. Controversies over the distribution of communion also led to conflicts with the Lutherans. Many Catholics also hailed from Spiš County, and they felt a certain sense of Eastern Slovak solidarity. At its first convention on December 2nd, 1905, the Slovak Catholic Sokols chose Saint Martin of Tours as their patron saint and adopted the name of the Slovak, Roman, and Greek Catholic Gymnastic Union Sokol, later renamed the Slovak Catholic Sokol in 1933. Matthew Hussey became the first supreme president, and the organization counted assets of a mere $5.65 at its founding. A Catholic cleric would always serve as chaplain to ensure the society followed church teachings, and it worked closely with local churches where they often held meetings and practice. Today, Reverend Andrew S. Vozdovich serves as the Sokol chaplain. Until 1908, only men belonged to the society, but at the third convention in Bridgeport, Connecticut, it welcomed female members in wreaths, whereas men belonged to assemblies. The number of lodges quickly expanded nationally. By 1910, membership grew to 2,210, and assets rose to almost $3,500. It published news in a supplement attached to Slovak Vamerika, that's the Slovak in America, and that is the oldest Slovak newspaper in the USA. But starting in 1911, in April, it published the first issue of its own newspaper, Katolický Sokol, the Catholic's Falcon. The Reverend Francis Skutil from Boonton, New Jersey, served as the first regular editor in 1915 with the aid of assistant editor Reverend Joseph Dulick of Brooklyn, New York. Membership continued to grow and topped 13,000 by 1918, with assets topping 100,000. So you can see the growth. By the 1930s, membership reached over 35,000. As the society expanded, the Slovak Catholic Sokol held its first slet in 1912 in Wilkes-Barre, PA. In 1929, it participated in the Gymnastic Festival in Prague, sponsored by the Czech movement Orel, which means eagle in Czech, and it came away with 21 first-place honors. Since then, slets have occurred regularly with participation from across the USA. The most recent slet took place in July 2019 at the College of Brockport, State University of New York. One may view scenes from the most recent slet on the Slovak Catholic Sokol Facebook page. Following World War I, the society expanded its sports program beyond gymnastics and track and field events to include many American sports such as baseball, basketball, volleyball, bowling, golf, etc. The organization also increased its charitable activities, including scholarships for parochial school students and supporting specific educational institutions with Slovak roots, such as Benedictine High School in Cleveland, which was originally founded as a Slovak secondary school for boys, and its counterpart, the St. Cyril Academy for Girls in Danville, Pennsylvania. It also supported many churches and Slovak cultural societies, and that charity continues to this day. After World War II, the society experienced its last period of growth. The number of members would reach an all-time high of 51,684 in 1959. But Americanization and aging membership, less ethnic identification, and expansion of school sporting activities cut into membership. More recently, membership has stabilized around 30,000. It also offers more financial options for saving and retirement, and that has helped firm up finances. And there are many similar challenges which all ethnic fraternal societies have faced. In conclusion, the Slovak Catholic Sokol continues to execute its mission and remains a vibrant part of the Slovak ethnic community in the USA and Canada. To succeed in the future, one can enroll our youth at an early age and encourage them to play an active role in Sokol activities. Now, so that you can see some of the things that the Sokol does and has for youth especially, here's a YouTube video of a Sokol drill to the Iron Man dance, directed by Supreme Physical Director Dusan Doric. And this was performed at the Slet in July 2011 in Kutztown, PA. The song you'll hear is entitled Bojovnik, the Fighter, and it's from the Slovak musical Naskla Malovana, that's painted on glass. The Slovak Catholic Sokol Facebook page also has videos of some activities from the recent 49th International Slet in Brockport, New York in July 2019. So until next time, do počutia, which is a way of saying goodbye on the radio, and the traditional words upon departing in Slovak, Bohom, meaning God be with you.
And if you'd like to see these videos, you can do so by logging on to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Notes of Slovakia. The year 1980 in Slovakia. Let's listen to the pop music of
Miroslav Žbírka a Marika Gombitová v slepých uličkách.
Ako víno žiari, chutí ako v ústach med. Ak ju nosíš tvári, krajšej tváre nie. Je taká zvláštna, rozpovie ju kvet. Je taká zvláštna, rozpovie ju kvet.
Ako dúšok vína, ako nápoj omamný, sladko opojí ma na 100 nocí, na 100 dní. Ak budem šťastná, nelám krásne sny.
Ak budem šťastný, nelám krásne sny. No tak daj mi svoju lásku, na pomoc mi rýchlo vleď. No tak požičaj mi nádej, dvakrát ti ju vrátim späť. No tak daj mi svoju lásku, na pomoc mi rýchlo vleď. No tak požičaj mi nádej, dvakrát ti ju vrátim späť. Som ten krásny blázon, čo má rád tvoj strach. Predstavím ti šťastie v slepých uličkách. To krásne šťastie v slepých uličkách. To krásne šťastie v slepých uličkách.
Som ten krásny blázon, ktorý kráča v oblakoch. Túžim s tebou lietať, aj túlať sa po vlakoch. Predstav mi šťastie, zázrak pre mňa správ.
Predstav mi šťastie, zázrak pre mňa správ. No tak daj mi svoju lásku, na pomoc mi rýchlo vleď. No tak požičaj mi nádej, dvakrát ti ju vrátim späť. No tak daj mi svoju lásku, na pomoc mi rýchlo ju vrátim späť. No tak daj mi svoju lásku, na pomoc mi rýchlo let. Požičaj mi nádej.
And it's polka time once again. How about a nice polka called the Slovak polka?
Slovenská polka od Čechoslovakistanu, František Maňas a Bohumil Caha, 1994.
And with the Slovak polka in the background, we want to remind you about the 2019 Slovak Festival, sponsored by the Cleveland Slovak Radio Club, Sunday, September 1st, from 12 until 8 p.m., 6750 State Road in Parma, Ohio. It's at the St. Anthony of Padua Church Hall. Admission's only $5 at the door. Plenty of Slovak food, bear pivo, pastries, dancing, face painting, balloon twister, magician, and entertainment by Anthony Salkar Band, Ralph Shupsky, and yours truly, Mike Wojtyla and our band. 12 o'clock until 8 o'clock, St. Anthony of Padua Church Hall for the 2019 Slovak Festival, sponsored by the Cleveland Slovak Radio Club. Be sure to stop on by if you're in the Cleveland area.
Our third feature, Past and Present Day Slovakia.
Hello, Nazdar Ahoy! I'm Salmir Wojtyla, and what you can see just behind me, there, is the very old church of Saint Michael, known as Dražovský kostolík. It was built about 1050. Dražovce is an important archaeological site with a Slavonic settlement and burial grounds from the time of the Great Moravian Empire. Dražovce became famous mainly for its precious Romanesque church, the Saint Michael the Archangel from the 12th century, and landmark standing on the hill above the village and the city Nitra. Historians assume that the chapel in Nitra was also built in the center of the fortified castle. The hill with Saint Michael the Archangel Church belongs to the most beautiful scenes Slovakia can offer. The ancient sacred building is especially beautiful with its simple shape. This church was built on the grounds of older church, probably built in the time of Saint Stephen, Svätý Štefan, the first king of Regnum Hungariae, Uhorské kráľovstvo. Imagine and feel the dark atmosphere of medieval times when the monks are praying and singing in the small, simply and mystical church built from the cold stones. Hundreds and hundreds years is staying in the rock about the small villages and city Nitra where the people working hard on the fields. From this point the church can see the smoke and fire when King Henry IV tried to conquer the Nitra castle and burn all villages around in 1074. In 1109 the Czech king Otto I conquered the city Nitra and burned all villages and properties of Zobor monastery. When Mongolian hordes plundered the country in 1241 and 1242, they was stopped by the stone walls of city Nitra, but they damaged, burned and killed all villages around. In 1271 the Czech king Přemysl Otakar II conquered and destroyed the city Nitra. The castle was destroyed too. In the 1273 Přemysl Otakar turned back and totally plundered and damaged the city Nitra and Bishop's Cathedral. Between the years 1311 and 1370 the legendary Hungarian noble Matyáš Čák, the lord of River Vach and Tatry mountains, 2 times plundered and burned the city Nitra and surroundings and damaged the city walls. In 1431 and 1430 was the city Nitra also country occupied and plundered by the Czech Husiti. In 1465 conquered the city and castle Hungarian king Matthias Corvinus. In 1526 conquered and plundered the city Nitra Hungarian lord Jan Zapolsky. In 1588 Ottoman army tried to conquer the city Nitra. In 1606 the Hungarian noble Bocskai, ally of Ottoman Empire, plundered the surroundings of Nitra city, and total damage of the city Nitra, the city walls, the castle and all surroundings was after Turkish occupation in 1663 and 1664, when Austrian army defeated them. And next bloody rebellions of Hungarian nobles as Imrich Tököly and František Rákóczi II against Austrian army. See, the existence of this small old church on the rock above the city Nitra is a holy miracle. I believe you enjoyed this short feature and we will meet in the next show, Noc of Slovakia. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, Slavo, for talking about one of the oldest churches in Slovakia. This past and present day feature really is about the past history of St. Michael the Archangel Church, and presently you can visit this church simply by visiting Nitra in Slovakia. Folklore time right now. The year released was 1994. Slavo, what are we going to hear?
Z východného Slovenska, ľudová hudba muzička, Ivanku, Ivanku a iné slovenské a rusínske ľudové piesne.
С другой стороны malodenka, a ja malodenka. Od nás ja zlomitý, a ja za to pitý. Od nás ja zlomitý, a ja za to pitý. Bodaj by ťa milá, bida trimala, 2 ročky jem slúžil, ty mňa nahala. Ja jem rukoval, vydostiem ti sluboval, a na druhý ročok druhú pohľadal. Mali sme koňa, si uhrivu mal, na ním každý večer umilý lítal. Mene neškoda, ale vranoho koňa, što sme ho prodali, teraz konču sám.
And this is Mike Wojtyla, and this is going to do it for today's edition of Notes of Slovakia. We thank you, Dakujem, for listening to our program.
So be in touch with our show Notes of Slovakia, and don't hesitate to write us a message when you will have any questions, comments or ideas what you want to know or hear in our next show. Me and Mike will be very appreciated to reply you. If you missed some show, you can find us on our YouTube channel or give us like on our Facebook page on Notes of Slovakia.
Of course, you can hear us on 24/7, polkaheaven.com, the world's polka network, and all of our shows are a video presentation as well, so you can log on to notesofslovakia.com.
Za vašu priazeň vám srdečne ďakujeme a veríme, že nám ostanete verní aj naďalej.
Closing out from Slovakia, 1985 was the year. He was Slovakia's Tom Jones.
A na záver legenda slovenskej hudby Karol Duchoň a jeho Čardáš 2 srdc, pri ktorom horia parkety pod nohami.
Until next time, may God bless you.
Ja by som ťa, dievča, ľúbil, keby si sa trošku smiala. Stále máš celý deň vážnu tvár. Vieš dobre, že nie som skúpy na pohľady, ktoré pália. Skús usmiať sa, veď je to krásny dar. Smiech zažne ti líčka, smiech schová žiaľ, do tvojho sníčka dá ti dar. Dar, ktorý v nás rozhojdá čardá srdc. Smiech zohreje ústa, smiech je náš dážď, žiaľ smetná pusta, nech tedy hrá kapela chýrna, čardáš 2 srdc. Keď sa dvaja veľmi ľúbia, píšu v tanci nežné básy. krásne, viem, pre nich znie vtedy len jeden tón. Pri cymbale ticho slúbia, že im bude spolu krásne. Z pier horúcich zazvoní lásky zvon. Smiech zažne ti líčka, smiech schová žiaľ do tvojho sníčka. Dá ti dar, dar, ktorý v nás rozhojdá čar, dá slz. Smiech zohreje ústa, smiech je náš dážď, žiaľ smetná pusta, nech teda hrá kapela chýrna, čar dáš dvoch srdc. Hej! La